Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back, and today I've got a very interesting video, something I'm really excited to share with you. My apologies right off the bat. I'm kind of dirty. I've been remodeling this house. I'm prepping the floor, getting ready to lay some tiles, so it's been kind of a dirty process. A lot of sweeping, a lot of dust. Anyway, let's get to the video. Today's video is the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe. I'm very excited about this. This is a pressure regulated stove. It runs on a standard MSR isopropyl fuel canister, the Lindell valve. I'm going to read the side of the package here for you. Pressure regulator maintains consistently fast boil times even in colder weather and with low fuel. This is the Piezo Igniter. It says protected igniter provides a fast, reliable push start lighting. And I'm very excited about that. They've knocked a home run with this. I think this is going to be amazing. Broad burner head. I always say that when it comes to these small stoves. I always wish that the burner head was wider, more circumference area, so you're heating more of the pot and you're not so centralized on the flame. It says adds wind protection and combines with simmer control for cooking versatility. The specs of the stove is 2.9 ounces, so that's pretty cool. Just very slightly heavier than the Pocket Rocket 2, not by much. And they say that they can boil 1 liter of water in 3.2 minutes, so 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That's crazy. The power, the BTU rating of the stove is 11,000 BTUs. That's crazy. That is a high BTU rating. The weight again is 83 grams and 3200 watts, in case you wanted to know that. And it says why pressure regulation. It has a little chart here, and it's just basically talking about colder temperatures, things of that nature. Really cool. I think this is going to be the best one yet. So let's open this up and see what's in the package. So let's pull this out. It's like this. I checked my REI outlet in Flagstaff yesterday and asked them if they had any idea about this stove. They said they had no clue, and then a different guy came to me a little bit later and he said that they had 3 of them on the way. So I don't know if they ordered them because I raised the awareness to them or if they already knew or what. It was kind of weird. So let's take a look here. Gotta cut this little still. I don't like all that stuff there, so I'm going to get inside here and hopefully cut that. So let's pull that through. There's the stove. We'll look at that here in a second. So with this stove, they've done something different. They've included a small MSR stove bag, which is pretty cool. This reminds me of the larger stoves. It looks like it has a waterproof type feel to it, like a plasticky kind of liner. So that's pretty cool. So that's a nice new change. I'm not used to that. It's pretty cool. There's the owner's manual. Got all the specs, and let's take a look at the stove. I'm very, very excited. Let's pull this carbon monoxide warning label off. Basically, you don't want to have this stove running inside of a closed space. It will produce carbon monoxide. Now here's a first look at the stove itself. You can see the wide burner head, and you can also see the raised edge here. That's to provide the wind protection. If you're wondering about this inside here, this little metal part, that's the Piezo Igniter. Look at that. That is just crazy. Just very well protected. And what they did was they ran the wire inside of the stove. You can barely see it in there. And I thought that was so smart because it's protected. It's all you have inside of there is air, and now this thing can be bumped around and it's not going to be having any kind of problems. The pot supports are very reminiscent of the Pocket Rocket 2. So if you're familiar with that, the pot supports aren't going to surprise you. There is the pressure regulator, and again the onboard piezo igniter. You just push it. Pretty cool. Very simple. Plugs in, and that is the stove. The pot supports are very similar to the Pocket Rocket 2. Let's take a side-by-side comparison at the Pocket Rocket 2. I'm not going to do a comparison video. I will in the future, but I'm not going to do that today. You know, I'll be weighing them and doing boil tests and stuff like that. So let's take a look at the Pocket Rocket 2 versus the Pocket Rocket Deluxe. The Deluxe is a much larger stove. The burner head is larger. And look at that. You're going to have some pretty significant changes. That is pretty cool. It's a little bit taller. And they said the difference in weight was the equivalent of 2 nickels. So 2 nickels in your pocket heavier. The new one is. The pot supports look almost identical, you know, and the whole fold out thing. Now this feels like aluminum, and this looks like it's, I don't know, maybe titanium or something. That's different material from what I can tell. And look at that, look at this, it's a lot skinnier. The Pocket Rocket 2 is bulkier here, so that's kind of cool. Big old control knob. And again, this one has the pressure regulator, so when you're running low on fuel, or if you're in cold temperatures, you're not going to have to worry about that so much. So the Pocket Rocket 2 obviously came with the pouch, or the protected case. Pocket Rocket Deluxe comes with the pouch. And then if you want to throw in the mix here, the original Pocket Rocket, it came with this container here. And there's the original. So if you want to compare this to the original, here's some side-by-side comparisons. Again, I'll do a video in the future talking about burn times, of boil times, and BTUs and weights and all that. And I'll do a comparison between these 3 stoves. That is a very cool looking stove. I'm just blown away at how the engineers chose to put the wire inside, you know, inside this stove body, which is so cool. It protects the piezo. Like other stoves, everything's on the exterior and it gets bumped and knocked around. This was such an engineering achievement. You've got the pressure regulator here, you've got the piezo that's protected. So the pressure regulator, again, is for when you're in cold temperatures or you're low on fuel, and I'm thinking that it might even help when you're at higher altitudes. So here we have the standard Lindell brass threads here that'll fit the valve on these fuel canisters. This is an isobutane fuel canister. I'm going to thread that on, and let's fire this thing up and see what it looks like. Let's turn this a little bit. Let's hit that piezo igniter, and that's what the flame looks like. Wow, that is such a cool looking flame. That is powerful. Wow, that thing puts out some serious flames, and it's quiet stove. That flame there is about a foot long. That's pretty crazy. And I like how they increase the size of this control valve. The flame control is very nice. All the way down to almost nothing. Beautiful flame. Such a quiet stove. Wow. I'm going to do us a quick boil test. So we've got a Stanley pot here, and I have 16 ounces of room temperature water. Water's been out here in the shop, just sitting on the bench. 16 ounces. Let's get that timer set up right there. Hopefully you can see that. And let's put this on the stove. I'll turn the flame down. Set that on. Pot supports are very nice. And let's start this time. I really like the wide flame. That is so nice. I've got it turned all the way up. Let's take a look at underneath and see what the flame pattern looks like underneath the stove here. So look at that. Wow. That thing just really distributes the weight of the flame on the bottom of the pot very nicely. Pretty crazy. What a significant change. We're already seeing small bubbles in the bottom there. We're not even a minute in yet. You know, they say that 11,000 BTUs on 1 liter of water, that's pretty crazy. And I'm doing this uncovered to try to make it a little bit difficult. If I was to cover it, of course, my boil times would increase. And that baby is turned up all the way. I'm already seeing a very light boil in there. We're minute 20 in. We're right at a minute and a half. And I'm not leaving this camera running to bore you. I'm just trying to show you in real time what this stove does. I think that they hit a big home run with this stove. I really like the changes that they made. The biggest thing I think that I like is that internal Piezo Igniter, that wire where they routed that. That is just amazing. So here we are approaching the 2-minute mark, and I've got a boil, but I want a good solid rolling boil, so I'll let it run a little longer. 210, maybe 215. Yeah, I think we're good. Stop the time. So we have 216 and we have a solid rolling boil. That's pretty good. That is a very nice boil time. Let's check out that flame control and see if we can turn that baby down to a simmer. Wow, I like this stove. I can tell you that I think I have a new favorite. This thing is amazing. The way that it's so quiet and the way it performs just blows me away. MSR has done a very fine job, I think. Look at that. Look at that flame. I mean, it's down to a simmer. Down to almost nothing. Wow. Look at the height of that flame. That is crazy. What a cool stove. Such a neat product from MSR. I can't believe it. Look at that flame. The thing is just amazing. Crazy. That is just crazy. That thing really puts out. That is a tall flame. It blows me away, the amount of flame. This thing's like a blowtorch. So if you're remodeling your house and you need to braze some copper lines, you could probably use this. The flame control is beautiful. I've been playing with this stove off camera quite a bit here, and I've noticed something that's very impressive. Something that I really think is cool. This body, this housing here, even when the stove, and I've been running this thing probably 15 minutes, this body doesn't even get hot to the touch. I'm holding the stove right here. The temperature is almost cool to the touch. Even up into the pot supports. Look at that. I'm holding it. It's not even hot. Crazy. And this thing it's been running for quite a bit. That just blows me away, the amount of technology that they put into this product. Such a fine job that MSR did. I'm just blown away. Really, really digging this stove. In fact, it's almost cold to the touch right here where the regulator is. I blocked the vents there. Crazy. There's a screw here on the back side where you can adjust the regulator. I would not recommend tampering with that though. These are calibrated from the factory, but look at that. It's just cool to the touch, and look at that flame. That looks like something you'd see on a jet engine. It is now cool to the touch. Just gonna fold these legs down. They go down just like they did on the Pocket Rocket 2. Same concept. And let's take a look at this pouch. Look at that. Fits very nice in that pouch. It's a very durable pouch too. Feels solid. What a cool stove. Thumbs up from me. So folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this video of the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe. I want to say thank you to MSR for sending this out to me for review. I really think that MSR has hit a home run with this stove. I think it's going to do phenomenal things. Just the fact that it's got a Piezo Igniter is huge, because as you saw, the Pocket Rocket 2, I carried a Bic lighter, a little Bic mini in there, because I always needed a way to light my stove. You could use a ferro rod, you could use a lighter, but to have it on board the stove is just really cool. And the way they routed that wire was just genius. I mean, they definitely hit a home run in my opinion on this stove. I can't wait to see other reviews. I think my video is probably the first one on YouTube other than MSR themselves that has a video on this stove. So I want to say thank you guys for stopping in and checking this video out. I hope you got some good useful information out of it. If you like the type of content that you see on my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you. And until next time, again, thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. Now stay tuned, because I'll be doing a direct comparison between this stove, the original Pocket Rocket, and the Pocket Rocket 2. So there's going to be 3 stoves in that video, boil times and things like that. So I hope you enjoy, and I love you all. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.